Okay, boys and girls, today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking the drawings that we've been working on, and we are going to take these small drafts and create a large painting. 2 weeks ago, you watched Austin's Butterfly, which was a story about a first grade boy who was asked to draw a butterfly, and after he did a few second drawing and brought it up to his teacher told him that he did a nice job, but was curious if he could do better, and he had him make multiple drafts. So we're doing the same thing. We're creating great artist habits by doing small, quick drafts of different ideas and different colors before we attack our larger project. So over the last 2 weeks, you drew 6 monsters, and again, the size was up to you. For the students that are here in class, I had a sheet printed out for them, but for those of you at home, you could work on any size that you wanted. You were able to draw monsters with different heads, eyes, noses, and mouths. We talked about drawing large and filling up the entire space. And after our drawings were done, we talked about complementary colors, and you were able to color in your monsters using in complementary colors and trying out different patterns to see if there was one that you liked more than the other. What you'll be doing today is you'll be picking your favorite drawing. Don't worry about the color for right now. We'll talk about the color when we get into painting. For right now, you're going to look at all 6 of your monsters, and you're going to pick out the one that you like the most. And we do this because when we like something, we tend to spend more time on it, and it ends up turning out better. So looking at my monsters, I am a big fan of my little monster here in the left-hand corner. So this is the one that I'm going to turn into my painting, okay? And all of these other practices help me get to this one, okay? So on a larger sheet of paper, and again, for kids that are here in class, I have it out for you. The one that we'll be using is 12 inches tall and 10 inches wide, and it's on thicker painting paper. For those of you at home, obviously the size is completely up to you. One thing that we work on from kindergarten all the way up through 5th grade is being able to take these small drawings and enlarge them into a bigger piece of artwork. So my main focus is going to be replicating this drawing on this sheet of paper, still trying to use up as much as I can. So when you're ready with a pencil, you're going to look at your drawing. You're going to redraw it. This is a great time where if something is too small, you can make it bigger. If something is too large, you can make it smaller. If something needs to be moved up or down, left or right, this would be the time to do that. For the kids here in class and for those of you at home, I do want you using all of the things that you see on your monster. Don't change anything because I want to be able to see the growth, and I want to be able to see what you're learning about drawing as we make these projects. So if your monster has antennas, please do the antennas. If they have this type of eye, don't change the eyes, the nose, or the mouth. Keep everything the same, but you can change the size and location of things. Remember, when I am drawing and painting or cutting, I speed up the video so that way you don't have to watch a 20-minute video. So I do not draw this fast. This part of the video is sped up. So once you're done drawing with pencil and you have the same monster and it's filling up the page, meaning our monster is covering from the left all the way to the right, from the bottom as close to the top as possible. So once you're happy with your drawing, you can get rid of your practice sheet. And for the next step, you can use a couple of different things. You can use a black colored pencil, you can use a black crayon, or what we'll be using here in class is a black oil pastel. And we want to go ahead and we want to define all of our things with a nice, thick, heavy black outline before we start painting by using oil pastel or using a waxy object like your crayon or your colored pencil. It's going to help us when we get into the painting because those things cause a resist, which means that they push the paint away. So anytime we get too close with our paintbrush, it'll help us stay inside of the lines. So we're going to use oil pastel. Again, this part of the video is sped up, so don't think that I'm drawing this fast. Actually, I'm going probably slower now than I did with my pencil because once you start using something that is black, it's hard to erase and I don't want to make mistakes. So I do this step very, very slowly. And you'll also notice that I move my paper around as I work, so that way it's easier for me to pull a line instead of push a line. If you're using oil pastel smears way quicker than if you're using a crayon or a colored pencil. So hopefully you're noticing that I'm keeping my hands up, which means my elbows are up away from the table, and I'm making sure that I'm not bringing my arm or my hand across my drawing because it will turn it completely black. You'll also notice that I'm going over my line twice because I want to have that nice, thick, heavy black outline. Once I'm done outlining with black, I'm actually going to fill anything in that needs to be black. So the inside of the mouth, we can do black. The inside of a nostril would be black. The pupil of an eye would be black. We don't have black in our paint kits here at school for a lot of different reasons. So I prefer if we just use the black that you're using, whether it's a crayon, oil pastel, or a colored pencil. So I'm going to go ahead and do my pupil. I'm going to color it in nice and thick, trying to get all of my white spots. And just like there's no black paint, there's also no white paint. So there are some things that we're going to keep white. We're going to keep the eyeball white, and we're going to keep our teeth white, so that way when people are looking at our projects, they can easily associate with that's an eye because I see a black pupil and I see a white eyeball around it. Those must be teeth that are white and they are around or inside of the mouth.